What if multiplying your income wasn't about working harder, but about working differently? Most people spend their entire lives chasing small raises, hoping effort alone will get them ahead. But here's the truth. Income doesn't grow linearly. It grows exponentially once you understand the rules most people never learn. In this audiobook, you'll discover the proven 1000% income formula, not built on luck, connections, or hype, but on decisions, skills, and systems anyone can develop. If you're ready to stop surviving on your income and start multiplying it, your transformation begins here. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss strategies that can truly multiply your income. Let's get started. Chapter 1, The Income Life: Why Hard Work Alone Will Never Make You Rich. For generations, we were taught a simple formula: work hard, stay loyal, and money will eventually follow. It sounds fair, it sounds moral, and it sounds comforting, but for most people it is a lie, an incomplete story that keeps them busy, tired, and financially stuck. Hard work is not the problem. In fact, hard work is everywhere. Construction workers, nurses, factory employees, delivery drivers, and office staff often work longer hours than wealthy entrepreneurs and investors. Yet effort alone rarely translates into extraordinary income. If hard work were the key, the richest people on earth would also be the most exhausted. They are not. The uncomfortable truth is this: income is not primarily rewarded for effort. It is rewarded for value, leverage, and positioning. Until you understand this, no amount of motivation will change your financial reality. The effort trap is the belief that more hours automatically lead to more income. It convinces people to trade time for money indefinitely, assuming that loyalty and consistency will be rewarded later. In reality, most systems are designed to extract maximum effort while paying minimum value. When your income is tied directly to hours worked, your earning potential is capped. There are only 24 hours in a day and your energy is limited. Even if you work harder than everyone else, you still hit a ceiling. This is why people feel exhausted but underpaid. They are not lazy. They are simply trapped in a model that cannot scale. Linear income versus exponential income. Most people earn linear income. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. Miss a day, income drops. Stop working, income stops completely. Wealth, however, is built through exponential income, income that grows without requiring equal increases in time or effort. This kind of income comes from leverage, systems, skills, assets, and decisions that multiply results. The shift from linear to exponential income is not about working less. It is about working differently. The real reason people stay poor: it is easy to blame the economy, employers, or lack of opportunity. While these factors exist, they are not the root cause. The real reason most people stay financially stuck is that they never question the rules they were taught. They are taught: get a job, not a skill; seek security, not leverage; avoid risk, even calculated risk; wait for permission instead of creating value. These rules create obedient workers, not independent earners. Breaking free requires more than information. It requires a new identity, someone who understands how money actually moves. Income is a reflection of value, not effort. The marketplace does not pay you based on how tired you are. It pays you based on how rare your skills are, how many people you can impact, how easily you can be replaced, how much leverage you control. A person who solves a high-value problem for many people will always out-earn someone who works endlessly on low-value tasks. This is why a software developer can earn more in a month than a laborer earns in a year. Not because one works harder, but because one creates scalable value. The myth of job security: many people cling to jobs for security, believing a fixed salary equals safety. But true security does not come from a paycheck. It comes from adaptability. When technology changes, industries collapse, or companies restructure, effort does not protect you, skills do. People with high-value, transferable skills can create income anywhere. The people without them are dependent on systems they do not control. The future belongs to those who can learn, adapt, and create value on demand. Why motivation is not enough. Motivation is powerful but temporary. Many people feel inspired, work harder for a few weeks, and then burn out, still earning the same income. Why? Because motivation without strategy only leads to exhaustion. Income growth requires direction, not just effort, systems, not just hustle, patience, not just passion. This audiobook is not about pushing you harder. It is about teaching you where to push. The first shift: stop asking for more, start becoming more valuable. Most people ask for raises. Few ask how to become irreplaceable. When you increase your value, income follows naturally. When you chase money without increasing value, you stay frustrated. Value comes from solving expensive problems, developing rare skills, creating results others cannot, building things that work without constant input. This is the foundation of the 1000% formula. Redefining success. Success is not about appearing busy. It is not about working late or sacrificing health for income. True success is control over time, energy, and choices. People who multiply their income do not necessarily work more hours. They make better decisions earlier. They invest in skills before comfort. They build systems before consumption. They delay short-term pleasure for long-term freedom. The responsibility shift here is the most difficult but empowering truth. No one is responsible for your income except you. This does not mean the world is fair. It means waiting for fairness keeps you powerless. The moment you take full responsibility, you regain control. You stop blaming circumstances and start building leverage. Responsibility is not a burden. It is freedom. The promise of this book, this audiobook, will not promise instant riches. It will not sell fantasies. Instead, it will give you a framework, a way to think, act, and build that makes 10x income growth possible over time. If you apply what you learn consistently and patiently, you will not just earn more, you will become someone who earns more naturally. This chapter is not meant to discourage you, it is meant to wake you up. Hard work is honorable. But hard work alone is incomplete. To multiply your income 10x, you must combine effort with leverage, skills, and strategy. And that journey begins now. Chapter 2. The 10x Rule of Thinking: How Income Really Multiplies. Before income multiplies in the outside world, it multiplies in the mind. This is not a motivational cliché, it is a practical truth. Every major increase in income begins with a shift in how a person thinks about money, effort, risk, and opportunity. Without this shift, people remain trapped in small goals, safe decisions, and predictable outcomes. Most people do not fail financially because they lack intelligence or discipline. They fail because they think too small for too long. The danger of incremental thinking. Incremental thinking is the belief that progress happens in small, safe steps. A 5% raise, a little overtime, a slightly better job. On the surface, this seems responsible. In reality, it keeps income growth painfully slow. When your goal is small, your actions remain small. You optimize for comfort, not transformation. You avoid risk, avoid learning uncomfortable skills, and avoid responsibility. The result is stability but not growth. 10x thinkers do not ask, "How can I earn a little more?" They ask, "What would have to change for my income to multiply?" That single question forces new strategies. Linear goals create linear results. If your goal is to earn $100 more per month, you will likely look for extra hours, small raises, side tasks. If your goal is to earn 10x more, those options disappear. You are forced to think in terms of new skills, new markets, new leverage, new models of income. Bigger goals eliminate weak strategies. The identity gap. One of the biggest mental barriers to 10x income growth is identity. People unconsciously believe they are only capable of earning what they currently earn. This belief shapes their decisions. They say things like, "People like me don't make that kind of money. That's for entrepreneurs, not regular people. I'm not smart enough for that." These thoughts are not facts. They are learned limitations. Income is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of your current skill set and mindset. Both can change. Thinking in value, not time. The 10x rule of thinking requires a fundamental shift. Stop measuring work in hours and start measuring it in value. Ask yourself, how many people does this impact? How valuable is the problem I am solving? How difficult would I be to replace? The more people you help and the more painful the problem you solve, the higher your earning potential becomes. Time-based thinking keeps income limited. Value-based thinking removes the ceiling. Why fear keeps income small? Fear is a silent income killer. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of instability. These fears push people towards safe choices that produce average results. 10x thinkers are not fearless. They simply understand that calculated risk is the price of growth. They invest time in learning skills before they feel ready. They take opportunities before confidence appears. They understand that clarity comes from action, not waiting. The role of long-term vision. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 5. 10x income growth rarely happens overnight, but it almost always happens faster than expected once the right foundation is built. Long-term vision allows you to learn without immediate reward, build systems before profits, stay consistent when results are invisible. People without vision quit early. People with vision compound quietly. Reprogramming your financial standards. Your income often rises to the level you believe is normal for you. This is why some people repeatedly return to the same income level even after temporary success. To break this cycle, you must consciously raise your financial standards. What level of income feels acceptable? What level feels uncomfortable but possible? What level excites and scares you? 10x thinkers normalize what once felt impossible. The power of better questions. Income grows in response to better questions, not better wishes. Instead of asking, "How do I save more?" ask, "How do I increase my earning capacity?" Instead of, "How do I avoid risk?" ask, "What risks are worth taking?" The quality of your questions determines the quality of your strategies. Separating ego from growth. Ego resists being a beginner. It avoids learning new skills because it fears looking inexperienced. But income growth requires humility. Every high earner was once a beginner at something. Sales, communication, leadership, technology systems. Those who earn more are not more talented, they are more willing to learn. The decision that changes everything. At some point, income growth becomes a decision, not a desire. A decision to think bigger, act longer, learn faster, stay uncomfortable. This decision does not guarantee instant success. But without it, success is impossible. The 10x thinking rule here is the rule that will guide the rest of this audiobook. Do not ask how to earn more doing the same things. Ask how to become someone who earns more by doing different things. When your thinking expands, your options multiply. When your options multiply, income follows. In the next chapter, we will move from mindset to action by focusing on the most practical driver of income growth. High-value skills, the fastest and most reliable path to a 1,000% increase. Your thinking has shifted. Now it is time to build something valuable. Chapter 3. High-value skills, the fastest path to a 1,000% income increase. If mindset opens the door to income growth, skills are what allow you to walk through it. No matter how positive your thinking is, income does not increase unless you can deliver something the market truly values. This is why skills, not motivation, luck, or connections, are the most reliable engine behind a 10x income transformation. Money flows toward value. Skills are how you create it. Why skills matter more than jobs. Jobs are temporary. Skills are portable. A job ties your income to one company, one role, and one set of rules. A skill follows you everywhere. It allows you to create income across industries, countries, and platforms. When people lose jobs, they often panic. When skilled people lose jobs, they look for the next opportunity or create one. The modern economy rewards people who can produce results, not just follow instructions. Low-value skills versus high-value skills. Not all skills are equal. Many people spend years mastering skills that the market barely rewards. These skills may be necessary, but they are easily replaceable. Low-value skills usually have these traits. Easy to learn, many people can do them. Little direct impact on revenue. Heavily time-dependent. High-value skills are different. They solve expensive problems, are difficult to replace. Scale with leverage, directly affect growth or profit. The greater the problem a skill solves, the greater the income it can generate. The core categories of high-value skills. While there are many paths, most high-income skills fall into a few powerful categories. 1. Communication and persuasion. Sales, negotiation, storytelling, and influence sit at the top of income generation. If you can persuade ethically and clearly, you can create value in almost any field. 2. Creation and problem solving. Writing, coding, designing, and building systems that solve real problems. Creators who address real pain points are always in demand. 3. Growth and optimization. Marketing, audience building, data analysis, and optimization. These skills increase visibility, revenue, and efficiency, making them highly paid. For leadership and management, the ability to organize people, make decisions, and execute vision. Leadership multiplies the output of others, which is why it scales income. You do not need all of them. You need one strong skill combined with consistency. Why passion is a poor strategy. Many people choose skills based only on passion. Passion matters, but income depends on demand. The intersection of passion, competence, and market need is where income grows fastest. Instead of asking, "What do I enjoy?" ask, "What problem am I willing to solve long-term that people will pay for?" Passion often follows progress, not the other way around. The skill learning advantage. One of the greatest advantages of the modern world is access to knowledge. Skills that once required years of formal education can now be learned through books, courses, practice, and mentorship. What separates high earners from everyone else is not access, it is focus. They commit to learning one skill deeply instead of chasing many skills poorly. Depth beats distraction. The 90-day skill commitment. Skill development becomes powerful when approached intentionally. A focused 90-day commitment to one high-value skill can dramatically change your income trajectory. This means daily practice, real-world application, feedback, and improvement. Building proof of ability. Most people quit before they become useful. High earners stay until they become undeniable. Turning skills into income. A skill only becomes valuable when it produces results. This requires applying it in real situations, freelancing, projects, collaborations, or personal ventures. Waiting until you feel ready delays growth. Skill mastery accelerates when you solve real problems for real people. Action is the teacher. Building proof of value. Income follows credibility. As you apply your skill, document results, projects completed, problems solved, improvements created, outcomes achieved. Proof reduces risk for others and increases your earning power. The compounding effect of skills. Skills compound. Each new project improves your ability. Each improvement increases demand. Each increase in demand raises income. Unlike jobs, skills appreciate over time, especially when paired with experience and reputation. The skill that changes everything. You do not need to become the best in the world. You need to become better than average in a valuable area and stay consistent long enough for results to compound. This chapter is your reminder: income growth is not mysterious. It is built. Choose one high-value skill, commit to mastering it, apply it relentlessly. In the next chapter, we will address the biggest trap skilled people still fall into, the time for money model, and how to escape it to unlock true income multiplication. Your skill is your foundation. What you build on it will define your future. Chapter 4. Escaping the time for money trap. One of the most dangerous financial traps in modern life is so common that it feels normal. It is the belief that your income must always be tied to your time. You show up, you work, you get paid. Miss a day and you lose money. Stop working and income stops completely. This model is so deeply ingrained that most people never question it. Yet it is the single biggest reason income stays limited, even for talented, hardworking individuals. To multiply your income 10x, you must understand this trap and, more importantly, learn how to escape it. How the time for money model controls your life. When your income depends entirely on hours worked, your life becomes a schedule. Your value is measured in attendance, not results. Promotions may increase your rate slightly, but the structure remains the same. This model creates three invisible limits. Time limit. There are only 24 hours in a day. Energy limit. Your body and focus are finite. Income ceiling. Earnings cannot grow beyond those limits. No matter how skilled you are, you eventually hit a wall. Why even high-paid professionals get stuck. Many people assume only low-income workers are trapped. In reality, even doctors, lawyers, and consultants often live inside the same model, just with higher hourly rates. They earn more, but they sacrifice time, freedom, flexibility. When they stop working, income still stops. Higher pay does not equal financial freedom. Control does. The illusion of productivity. The time for money trap rewards busyness, not impact. People feel productive because they are busy, yet they are not moving closer to financial independence. The true income growth comes from output, not effort, from results, not routine. If you are paid the same whether your work creates value or not, you are in a time-based system. The shift from paid for time to paid for results. Escaping this trap begins with a mindset shift. Stop asking, "How much time will this take?" and start asking, "What result does this create?" Result-based income models include projects instead of hours, performance-based compensation, royalties, commissions, and equity. Scalable products and systems. These models reward effectiveness, not endurance. Why ownership changes everything. The fastest way out of the time for money trap is ownership. Ownership does not always mean owning a company. It means owning outcomes. When you own a product, a system, a platform, an audience, intellectual property, you separate income from constant effort. Even small ownership creates leverage. Over time, it compounds. Systems versus hustle. Hustle is effort-dependent. Systems are repeatable. Many people work hard for years without building anything that lasts. High-income individuals build systems early, even when they are small. A system can be a repeatable service process, automated workflows, content that works while you sleep. A business model that doesn't require constant presence. Systems convert effort into long-term income. The fear of letting go. Escaping the time for money model often triggers fear. People worry about uncertainty, inconsistent income, failure. These fears are natural, but staying trapped has its own cost: burnout, stagnation, and regret. Growth requires temporary discomfort. The transition phase. Most people do not escape overnight. They transition. They build skills while earning, create systems, slowly shift income sources gradually. This reduces risk while expanding opportunity. The goal is not reckless change. It is strategic evolution. Time is your most expensive resource. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. When you trade time directly for money forever, you are spending the most valuable asset you have without building anything permanent. 10x income growth demands respect for time, not by working less, but by using time to build leverage. Redefining work is not about staying busy. It is about building something that produces results beyond your presence. When income becomes disconnected from hours, freedom begins. This chapter is not telling you to quit your job tomorrow. It is telling you to stop building your future on a model that cannot scale. In the next chapter, we will explore the force that makes income multiplication possible even with limited resources. Leverage, money, people, and technology working together. Once you understand leverage, time will stop controlling your income and start serving it. Chapter 5, Leverage explained money, people, and technology income multiplies when effort stops working alone. The force that makes 10x growth possible, even for ordinary people, is leverage. Leverage allows one decision, one skill, or one system to produce results far beyond the effort invested. Without leverage, income grows slowly. With leverage, income accelerates. Most people hear the word leverage and think only of money. In reality, money is just one form. Some of the most powerful leverage requires little or no capital, only understanding. What leverage really means. Leverage is the ability to amplify output without proportionally increasing input. It is the difference between pushing with your hands and using a machine. When you rely only on personal effort, results are limited. When you use leverage, effort is multiplied. Every high-income individual understands leverage consciously or not. The three forms of leverage. There are three primary types of leverage that drive income growth: money, people, and technology. Each plays a unique role, and you do not need all three at once. Money leverage. Money leverage allows capital to work on your behalf. This includes investments, businesses, assets that generate returns. Money leverage is powerful, but it usually comes after you create value. People who chase money leverage without skills often lose it. Money follows competence. People leverage. People leverage is the ability to create results through collaboration, leadership, and delegation. One person can only do so much. A coordinated group can do far more. This leverage includes teams, partnerships, outsourcing, leadership systems. High earners are not superhuman. They simply know how to multiply their efforts through others. Technology leverage. Technology is the most accessible and scalable form of leverage in history. A single piece of content, system, or product can reach millions without additional effort. Technology leverage includes software automation, digital platforms, online distribution. This is why creators, developers, and system builders can scale income faster than ever before. Why most people never use leverage. Leverage requires trust in systems, people, and long-term outcomes. Most people prefer control even if it limits growth. They say, "It's faster if I do it myself. I don't trust others. I'm not ready to use technology." Control feels safe, leverage feels risky, but safety keeps income small. The control versus growth trade-off. You cannot maximize control and growth at the same time. Growth requires releasing some control in exchange for scale. 10x thinkers accept temporary chaos for long-term freedom. Leverage requires systems. Leverage without systems creates confusion. Systems define how work is done, how quality is maintained, how results are measured. A system turns effort into repeatable outcomes. Without it, leverage breaks down. Starting small with leverage. Leverage does not begin with massive teams or large investments. It starts with automating simple tasks, documenting processes, using tools that save time, delegating low-value work. Small leverage compounds over time. The ethical use of leverage. Leverage is powerful and dangerous if misused. True income growth comes from creating value, not exploiting others. Ethical leverage benefits everyone involved. Customers receive solutions, partners gain opportunity, systems create efficiency, sustainable income grows from mutual benefit. Leverage multiplies skills, skills alone increase income gradually. Skills combined with leverage create exponential results. A skilled person without leverage works harder. A skilled person with leverage builds faster. The long-term advantage leverage rewards patience. The initial setup often feels slow, but once systems are in place, results accelerate. This is where most people quit right before momentum begins. The leverage question: from this point forward, ask yourself one powerful question: how can this be done once and benefit me many times? This question separates workers from builders. In the next chapter, we will address a common misunderstanding: why most people fail at building multiple income streams and how to do it the right way without distraction or burnout. Leverage is not optional for 10x income growth. It is the foundation that makes it possible. Chapter 6: Why Most Side Hustles Fail and What Actually Works. The idea of multiple income streams has become popular, almost fashionable. Everywhere you look, people are encouraged to start side hustles, run several businesses, and diversify their income as quickly as possible. While the intention is good, the execution is often disastrous. Most side hustles do not fail because people are lazy. They fail because people misunderstand how income actually grows. More effort does not automatically mean more income, especially when that effort is scattered. The side hustle illusion: side hustles promise freedom but often deliver exhaustion. People work a full-time job, then rush home to work late into the night on projects that barely move forward. The result is burnout, not leverage. The problem is not having multiple income ideas. The problem is dividing focus too early. Why focus beats variety in the beginning? Income multiplies when effort compounds. Compounding requires consistency, and consistency requires focus. Most people quit side hustles right before they become profitable. They never stay long enough for momentum to build. High earners do the opposite. They focus intensely on one income engine until it works, then they expand. The mistake of chasing trends: many side hustles fail because people chase trends instead of building foundations. They jump from idea to idea, hoping the next one will be easier. Trends change. Skills and systems remain. A side hustle built on shallow understanding collapses under competition. One built on deep skill and value survives. Income streams versus income engines. Not all income streams are equal. A true income engine has clear demand, scalable systems, increasing efficiency over time. Many side hustles are just second jobs with no leverage. Before adding income streams, build one strong engine. The right order of growth: income growth follows a natural sequence. Learn a valuable skill, apply it consistently, build systems around it, scale with leverage, then diversify. Skipping steps leads to frustration. The power of depth: depth creates expertise. Expertise creates demand. Demand creates pricing power. Most people want fast money. Few are willing to build deep capability. That is why deep skill is so valuable. When to add a second income stream: a second income stream makes sense when the first is stable, systems are in place, time involvement is reduced. At this point, expansion becomes strategic, not chaotic. Avoiding burnout: burnout happens when effort increases without results. The solution is not working less, it is working smarter. High earners protect energy. They design their income around sustainability, not constant hustle. Simplicity scales. Complexity feels impressive, but simplicity scales. One clear offer, one clear audience, one clear system executed well outperforms 10 half-built ideas. The myth of overnight success. Many people believe successful individuals juggle many income streams from the beginning. In reality, most built one thing quietly for years before expanding. What looks like overnight success is usually delayed consistency. The real secret to multiple income streams is not doing many things. It is doing one thing so well that it creates room for more. This chapter is your permission to stop chasing every opportunity and start building something solid. In the next chapter, we will explore the habits that separate those who stay stuck from those who execute consistently over years. Focus, discipline, and long-term execution. Income growth is not about speed, it is about direction and endurance. Chapter 7, Focus, Discipline, and the Power of Long-Term Execution. At this point in the journey, you may already understand the formula intellectually. You know that income grows through skills, leverage, systems, and strategy. Yet this is where most people quietly fail, not because they lack knowledge, but because they lack execution over time. The difference between those who talk about success and those who achieve it is rarely talent. It is focus, discipline, and the willingness to stay consistent long after the excitement fades. Why focus is so rare and so valuable. Focus has become a competitive advantage. In a world full of notifications, opinions, and endless opportunities, attention is constantly being divided. Most people are busy but not focused. They switch goals, chase new ideas, and abandon plans before results appear. Income growth, however, requires sustained attention in one direction. When focus disappears, progress resets. Discipline is not motivation. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. High-income individuals do not rely on feeling inspired. They design routines that function even when motivation is low. Discipline means working when results are invisible, practicing skills when no one is watching, repeating boring actions consistently. Income compounds quietly through discipline. The long-term advantage most people ignore. Most people want immediate feedback. If results do not appear quickly, they assume failure and move on. This creates an opportunity for those who stay. Long-term execution allows you to outlast competition, improve while others quit, build trust and reputation, benefit from compounding effort. The longer you stay in the game, the higher your odds of success. Consistency creates trust. Markets reward reliability. Clients, employers, and partners trust people who show up consistently. Trust leads to better opportunities, higher compensation, more freedom. Consistency turns average skill into high income. The boring phase of growth. Every successful path includes a boring phase, a long period where effort feels repetitive and progress feels slow. This phase filters people out. Those who accept boredom as part of mastery gain an unfair advantage. They understand that boredom is not failure, it is momentum building. Designing your environment for discipline. Discipline is easier when your environment supports it. High performers reduce distractions, schedule focused work, protect their energy, eliminate unnecessary decisions. They do not rely on willpower, they rely on structure. Focused work beats long hours. 10 focused hours can outperform 50 distracted ones. Deep work produces breakthroughs. Shallow work produces fatigue. Income grows when effort is directed, not scattered. The cost of starting over. Every time you quit and restart, you lose momentum. Skilled development resets. Confidence weakens. Time is wasted. Staying with one path, even imperfectly, is often more powerful than constantly searching for the perfect one. Measuring the right things. Most people measure effort, hours worked, tasks completed, days stayed busy. High earners measure results, value created, problems solved, systems improved, skills strengthened. What you measure shapes what you improve. Discipline builds identity. At some point, discipline becomes identity. You stop forcing yourself to work. You simply become someone who executes. This identity shift changes everything. Income follows behavior, and behavior follows identity. The quiet truth about success is rarely dramatic. It is quiet, repetitive, and often unnoticed for a long time. Those who succeed are not always the smartest. They are the most consistent. This chapter is your reminder that no formula works without execution. Skills, leverage, and systems only matter when they are applied daily. In the next chapter, we will explore what happens after success begins and why many people fail at that stage. We will uncover how to turn small wins into exponential growth without losing control. Focus keeps you moving. Discipline keeps you stable. Long-term execution makes income multiply. Chapter 8, Turning Small Wins into Exponential Growth. By now, you have learned about mindset, high-value skills, leverage, and disciplined execution. You have built systems, focused your efforts, and escaped the trap of trading time for money. Yet there is a subtle but critical step that separates 10x earners from those who plateau, turning small wins into exponential growth. Most people celebrate small victories and then return to the same patterns. They fail to use wins as building blocks for larger results. Income grows not just by effort, but by strategically compounding every success. The power of compounding is not limited to finance. It applies to skills, networks, systems, and reputation. A single improvement today can create a ripple effect that multiplies over months and years. For example, one successful project builds credibility, which attracts larger clients. One valuable skill mastered leads to new opportunities that require that skill. One efficient system allows more projects to be executed in the same time. Small, consistent wins act like seeds. If nurtured, they grow into exponential results. Ignoring them is like planting seeds and never watering them. Why many people plateau? The biggest mistake is treating wins as endpoints. They celebrate, rest, and move on to something new. As a result, each victory contributes little to long-term growth. Income grows when wins are leveraged. Reinvest success into scaling document processes to replicate, expand influence, and reach, build credibility that compounds into new opportunities. Without this mindset, even talented individuals remain stuck in linear income patterns. Leveraging wins strategically. Every win is a tool if applied correctly. Ask yourself, can this skill, project, or result be scaled? Can I use this reputation to attract more opportunities? Can I systematize this process so it runs without my constant presence? High earners think beyond the immediate. They turn a $1,000 project into a $10,000 system by multiplying reach, value, and leverage. The feedback loop of growth. Exponential income requires a feedback loop. Take decisive steps toward high-value opportunities. Measure, track outcomes carefully. Learn, identify what works and what doesn't. Scale, double down on successes, and systematize. Repeat this loop consistently. Small, intelligent adjustments compound faster than sporadic big leaps. Avoiding complacency. Winning can create a dangerous illusion of mastery. Some people achieve moderate success and assume the game is over. In reality, exponential growth requires continuous improvement. Celebrate wins, but don't stop there. Always ask, how can this success create even greater results? Growth comes from hunger and curiosity, not comfort. Turning effort into leverage. One of the most powerful ways to compound wins is by turning effort into leverage. For example, document processes to train others, build products from your services, automate repetitive tasks, share content that multiplies your influence. Leverage amplifies small wins, creating income streams that grow without direct effort. The snowball effect: think of your income like a snowball rolling down a hill. Small wins are the initial push. Leverage, focus, and disciplined execution allow it to gather mass. The bigger the snowball, the faster it grows. This is why patience matters. Early wins may seem insignificant, but they are building the foundation for enormous growth. The mental shift to fully embrace exponential growth. Stop viewing income as linear. Stop celebrating wins as endpoints. Start viewing every success as a building block. Ask, how can I make this multiply? This shift turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results over time. Case example: consider a freelancer who completes a single project successfully. Instead of moving on, they request testimonials and referrals, streamline the process to take on more clients, package the service as a scalable offering. Within months, one project becomes multiple income streams, and revenue grows exponentially. This is how small wins become a growth engine. The key takeaway: exponential growth is not magic. It is a process of turning every achievement into leverage for the next. By compounding wins strategically, you create unstoppable momentum. Linear thinking produces small victories. Exponential thinking produces life-changing income. In the next chapter, we will explore building systems that make money without you, the ultimate step toward financial freedom and true leverage. Small wins are meaningless if not multiplied. Multiply them and you set your income on fire. Chapter 9. Building systems that make money without you. Up to this point, you've learned how to think 10x, develop high-value skills, escape the time for money trap, leverage resources, focus, and compound wins. But there is one step that truly separates high earners from everyone else: building systems that make money without your constant presence. If you are still trading hours for dollars, even in multiple side hustles, you have not yet unlocked financial freedom. Systems are the bridge between effort and exponential income. They turn your work into an engine that runs on autopilot. What a system really is: a system is a repeatable process that produces predictable results. Unlike tasks that require your direct attention, a system works with or without you. Think of it as an income machine. You set it up, you provide input once, or periodically it delivers output consistently. The goal is not to remove effort entirely, but to make income independent of your daily presence. Why most people don't build systems: systems require planning, patience, and initial effort, which most people dislike. They want immediate results, so they keep working harder instead of working smarter. Some common reasons people avoid systems: fear of upfront work, lack of knowledge on automation, reluctance to delegate or trust others, preference for visible effort over invisible efficiency. Avoiding systems keeps you trapped in linear income forever. Components of an effective system: a reliable income system has three core components. One, repeatable process, a clear step-by-step method that consistently delivers results. 2, scalability, the system should grow without requiring proportional effort. 3, automation and delegation, tools, technology, or people handle parts of the process to reduce dependency on your presence. The more you systematize, the less your time is directly tied to income. Examples of money-making systems: freelance or service-based systems, document procedures for onboarding clients, automate scheduling and invoicing, outsource repetitive tasks, product or digital systems, create ebooks, online courses, or templates, use platforms that sell automatically, use marketing funnels to attract customers consistently, business or team systems, standard operating procedures for teams, training materials for employees or contractors, reporting and performance tracking tools. These systems allow one person to oversee operations, while revenue continues to flow. Why systems multiply leverage? A system is leverage in action. It allows your skills to reach more people, your time to focus on growth instead of repetitive work, income to continue during vacations, illness, or downtime. Without systems, leverage is wasted because effort cannot scale efficiently. Building systems step by step. Identify repeatable tasks. List every part of your income process that can be standardized. Document the process, write it down, or create checklists so it can be taught or automated. Automate what you can. Use software for scheduling, marketing, payments, or communication. Delegate. Assign tasks that others can do as effectively as you. Measure and optimize. Track results, tweak the system, and remove bottlenecks. Consistency, not perfection, is the goal. Systems evolve over time, but they must exist to multiply income. The freedom advantage. Once systems are in place, your income grows without requiring your constant input. This creates freedom, more time to innovate or learn new skills, ability to pursue multiple income streams simultaneously, reduced stress and burnout. You are no longer working in the business, you are building an income machine. Pitfalls to avoid: overcomplicating systems. Complexity slows growth. Start simple, then expand. Delegating without training. Systems fail if people do not know the process. Neglecting monitoring. Even automated systems need occasional adjustments. A system is not set and forget, but it dramatically reduces the dependency on your time. The mindset shift. Building systems requires seeing yourself as a creator of income engines, not a worker in the machine. Shift your focus from doing everything myself to creating structures that deliver results without me. This is the mindset that turns high-value skills and leverage into real financial freedom. The key takeaway: if you want to multiply income 10x, relying solely on your skills or effort will never be enough. Systems allow exponential scaling, consistent results, freedom to focus on growth. In the next and final chapter, we will combine everything you've learned into the proven 1000% formula, showing how mindset, skills, leverage, and systems together create unstoppable financial growth. Systems are the engine. Your discipline and strategy are the fuel. And the results, true income multiplication, are inevitable. Chapter 10. The proven 1000% formula, from knowledge to financial identity. Congratulations! If you've followed the previous chapters, you now understand the mindset, skills, leverage, focus, and systems required to multiply your income. You've learned to escape the time for money trap, compound wins, and build structures that work even when you don't. But knowledge alone is not enough. To truly multiply your income 10x or more, you must integrate these lessons into a complete, actionable formula, and most importantly, into your identity. This is the 1000% formula. Step 1. Think 10x. Income growth begins in the mind. Most people earn what they think is reasonable. To break barriers, expand your goals beyond comfort. Ask, what would it take to earn 10x more? Challenge limiting beliefs. Your mindset defines the ceiling for your income. Thinking bigger is the first non-negotiable step. Step 2. Master high-value skills. Once your mindset is ready, you need skills that are in demand and hard to replace. Identify one high-value skill aligned with market demand. Commit to deep, focused learning for months. Apply the skill to real problems and document results. Skills are the foundation of value creation. Without them, leverage and systems have nothing to amplify. Step 3. Escape the time for money trap. Don't trade hours for dollars. Instead, focus on results over effort. Shift income sources from hourly to project, system, or product-based. Use every success to free time and create leverage. Time is your most expensive resource. Spend it building engines, not just working. Step 4. Apply leverage strategically. Leverage is what turns effort into exponential results. Use the three types strategically. Money reinvest profits to multiply impact. People delegate, partner, or hire to expand your reach. Technology automate repetitive tasks, deliver products at scale, and reach more people with less effort. Leverage magnifies your skill and effort, making 10x income growth possible. Step 5. Build systems that work without you. Systems allow income to flow even when you are not actively working. Document repeatable processes. Automate or delegate as much as possible. Measure and optimize continuously. A system is a machine that compounds wins and multiplies income. Without it, your growth remains linear. Step 6. Compound wins over time. Exponential growth is not magic. It is the result of compounding. Every small success should be reinvested into scaling. Apply lessons learned to improve efficiency. Expand reach and influence systematically. This mindset of compounding is what separates high earners from those who plateau. Step 7. Maintain focus and discipline. No formula works without consistent application. Focus on high-impact tasks and ignore distractions. Apply discipline to execute daily, even when results are invisible. Accept temporary boredom for long-term freedom. Execution is the bridge between knowledge and measurable results. Step 8. Reinvest and diversify strategically. Once your first income engine is running, reinvest profits wisely. Improve your skill set. Expand systems to reach new markets. Introduce additional income streams, but only after the first is stable. Diversification without focus is chaos. Diversification with discipline multiplies wealth. Step 9. Evolve your financial identity. Your identity shapes your earning potential. Stop thinking like someone who works for money and start thinking like someone who creates value and controls outcomes. You are not just an employee, freelancer, or entrepreneur. You are a financial architect. Your choices, systems, and skills define your income trajectory. You no longer chase money. Money follows your ability to create value. Step 10. Execute and iterate relentlessly. The 1000% formula is simple in concept, but mastery comes from consistent application. Execute daily with focus. Measure results. Iterate systems and skills for continuous improvement. Leverage wins, learn from failures, and scale intelligently. Remember, exponential growth requires patience, persistence, and relentless learning. The full circle. When combined, these 10 steps create a complete financial framework. Mindset. Expand your vision. Skills. Right arrow. Create real value. Escape time for money. Right arrow. Focus on results. Leverage. Right arrow. Multiply impact. Systems. Right arrow. Build engines. Compounding. Right arrow. Multiply wins. Discipline. Right arrow. Execute consistently. Reinvest. Expand wisely. Financial identity. Become the creator. Iterate. Right arrow. Scale continuously. This is the proven formula behind multiplying income 10x, achieving financial freedom, and transforming your life. Final thought. Knowledge alone never made anyone wealthy. Action alone often leads to burnout. Systems without skill fail. Leverage without discipline collapses. The 1000% formula works only when all elements are combined into daily action and embedded in your identity. Apply it consistently. Compound wins. Build systems. Use leverage. Think bigger. And watch as your income multiplies in ways you once thought impossible. Your journey does not end here. It begins.